Hi everybody, it's Simon Keeling here and it's Wednesday the 27th of June. Thanks again for watching. What I want to take a look at today is to focus on next week and see how conditions develop next week. Now I'll give you a full detailed forecast of course running up to that, but this is where the real question is now. Will conditions change after the middle to the late part of next week? That's what we're going to be asking, and I thought it was interesting to show this chart first of all. This is the correlations, the verification of the GFS and the ECMWF model. Now the GFS is running along here, it's the black line. The ECMWF is the red line that you can see here, and this is the verification for day 8. So what it's doing basically is looking at the day 8 forecasts and then seeing how accurate they actually are with how conditions transpire. So it gives us an idea as to how well the model is performing, and you can see here that the ECMWF is performing significantly better than the GFS on the medium to long range at the moment, coming in an accuracy of about 0.73 on the correlation. So 1 is perfect correlation, 0.73 is not too bad. I've seen it better, but it's still not too bad. So the ECMWF model seems to be the one to lean to in terms of how things transpire over the short term, over the medium term at the moment, that is. So with that in mind, this is the ECMWF forecasts, and if you go to the top of the page, you click on weather charts, and then here you can go down the left hand side of the page and you can find ECMWF down here, look, operational and the ensemble model. So this is the operational model. Just want to talk you through this. These go up in 24-hour steps, and you can see the time and the date here. So that was midnight last night. Let's just knock it on, and we'll take it through a couple of days. So this takes us on to the 30th. So this is taking us on to Saturday the 30th of June, and you can see that the area of low pressure is centred across Scotland. Quite a southwesterly flow through the country. This area of low pressure, looking 24 hours time, clears eastwards to be west of Norway, so we get an area of low pressure out of the way. However, come Tuesday, look, we've got another developing area of low pressure here off the south of Iceland, a jet stream down to the south, and then watch what happens. By Wednesday the low is kind of just drifting to the south of Iceland, but then by the time we're getting into Thursday and into Friday of next week, it becomes more of a pronounced feature to the north of the country. And if we go to the operational model of the ECMWF, that feature becomes even more pronounced. So here we are again. This is the analysis for today. Let's just knock it on by a few days, and you'll notice how that low clears eastwards, as indeed it did on the ensemble. But then by the time we get through to Tuesday, this feature has deepened more to the south of Iceland, and then by Wednesday, look, it's bringing the low in through the country, so that by Thursday of next week that low is centred across the country. Now what's interesting about this is that it's not necessarily backed up by many other models. In fact, I'm struggling to find a model that really goes along with this idea of the low pressure being there next week. So why am I taking so much notice of it? Well, the reason is that our long range has always pointed this period between the 3rd and the 10th for low pressure coming in, developing into a significant system, bringing more disturbed weather, clearing out the way, and then high pressure building in, or higher pressure building in from about the 10th of July. And this fits in with that long range forecast. However, we're going to have to monitor it and see what's going on, but really at the moment this model, the ECMWF, is consistent in bringing that low pressure in. The GFS is consistent in not bringing the area of low pressure in, so we need to bear that in mind when we're looking at forecasts through today. Talking of which, here is the GFS ensemble model, and this is it valid for midday today. So this is how things shape up today. Ridge of high pressure just coming across the south, bringing up this warm air that we've all got now, the humid air as well. Outbreaks of rain towards the north and the west. Now you'll notice overnight tonight that the area of low pressure spins up to the west. We get cold air coming into the back of it, mixing with the warm air that's coming up from the south, making this rain heavy at times. So heavy spells of rain will be moving their way northwards through Thursday, through Ireland, western Scotland, northwest England, western parts of Wales, but the east and the south probably staying drier. I think breezy towards the west as well. Overnight into Friday, so we find the area of low pressure west of Scotland. Showers, I think, for Scotland, northwest England, for Wales, southwestern parts of England and Ireland. Always dry though towards the east and the south, with brighter spells there. Into Saturday, again it's a showery theme, but most of the showers focused across this western portion of the country, just scattered showers elsewhere, and really generally fairly dry conditions. Into Sunday, we find that the area of low pressure really is clearing away then. Yes, there might be one or two showers around, but the ridge of high pressure, look, building in from the west, and that really takes us into Monday, bringing quite a pleasant start to the week with that ridge of high pressure, bringing good spells of sunshine. However, you can just notice here the front close to the southeast. Got to watch for the risk of that, just trying to nudge back in, bringing rain into the far southeastern corner. But for many of us, look, it is dry with good spells of sunshine. And then as we head in towards Tuesday, well, we start to see the breakdown take place, look, from the west. The ensemble wants to bring this low into the south of Iceland, but doesn't really want to deepen it that much. I agree with this idea of central and eastern areas and probably southern areas being dry through Tuesday too, but I think the west is going to be clouding up and there'll be outbreaks of rain moving in. It's now that really I have the main quarrel with the ensemble, because although I think East Anglia and the far southeast of England could be staying dry through Wednesday, I do think that for many northern and western areas it's going to be fairly cloudy. There's going to be outbreaks of rain coming in, certainly more that's shown on here. So I think through Wednesday it is going to be a breakdown sort of day. And then into Thursday, well, you see that the GFS kind of tries to hint at a trough, this dip in the isobars here, moving through, bringing some showers across Scotland, but doesn't do anything further south. I think it's going to be more unsettled. I think we do really go into this pattern whereby on Thursday we see that front coming in. And I think, sorry, this is Wednesday, we see the area of low pressure coming in. It may be that the ECMWF has deepened it too much, but I do think this low comes in. I think it brings more unsettled conditions through Wednesday to the north and the west, although as I said, the East Anglia and South East probably dry. But then by Thursday, I think the low is in properly. Again, it may not be as sort of dartboardish as this is with all these sealed isobars. It may be more of a deep trough, but I do think it's going to come in, and I think it's going to be bringing showers. And then as we head into the end of the week, still showers around for Friday, although we should see, I think, by the time we get into Saturday and into Sunday of next week, pressure starting to build again from the west, and that this ridge here that you can see, these reds, this red N shape here, probably is going to be pumping warm air north, building a ridge in here, and I think it's that ridge that's going to come through the country, taking us for a good 7 to 10 day spell between about the 10th and the 20th of July. After that, well, it's all up in the air quite literally, but I've got a suspicion that it may break down again towards the end of the month, but I'm trying to firm up on that at the moment. I'm trying to get my handle on the August forecast for you, which I hope to have for you very, very soon. So, lots of information there for you, I know. Now, always just a reminder that the sites get free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen. So by you coming back to the site, using the charts, watching the video, it means we can put more adverts in front of you, which generates revenue for us. So, thanks again for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.